All right, just first off, congratulations, NC State. They did a good job throughout the course of the game. Disappointing outcome. You really struggled there in the first half to get anything going offensively. Defense was on the field for a long time. There in those in that half, and I was pleased with the response our guys had in the second half. We had the able to steal the possession there with the onside kick. Kind of tried to boost some momentum. Guys went down and scored. And you're able to score a couple touchdowns there. There in the third quarter. Really liked the response I saw from our guys. Unfortunately, we weren't able to finish it off there in the fourth. And big plays. Third downs. Really killed us tonight. Defensively. They were 8 of 18. Offensively, just couldn't. I think we were 2 of 16, and really couldn't get anything established. As we were going there, too many long yardage situations. Struggled to run the football. They did a nice job, and weren't efficient enough. There in the passing game. Had some missed opportunities, and just. Really struggled in regards, offensively, against, a really good defense. We knew that going into the game. They did a good job, with their plan and how they tried to execute it. And, you got to tip your hat to them. We had some missed tackles there defensively that allowed some explosive plays. Had the one coverage bust, that something we've stayed away from throughout the last few weeks, but it showed up on their first touchdown, and things that we gotta continue to get better at. But really appreciate the way the guys were competing. I knew that we would make a run. Just not not good enough. In to be able to finish that off.
Irish Norvell for Orange. Yeah, Coach, could you kind of update us on Jordan Travis's situation, and then also, even without him, were you surprised at how it affected the offense was in the first half?
Jordan was out tonight. Obviously didn't suit up. Hopeful we can get him back. Get him back soon. It was a challenging week for everybody, and there was within the community there was some sickness that spread, and it really just made it challenging. We had probably over 25 guys that missed at least one of the practices. We struggled. You could see a little bit of that showed up just in continuity of execution. There early, but that's not an excuse. It's part of football. You got to go out there, and the guys are on the field. We've got to be able to execute. I was really pleased with our guys. Jordan was unavailable. There's no chance that he could have played today, and he's doing everything he can, but just tough. And there was a lot of guys that probably didn't feel great, that pushed to give everything they could to even be available. And it's one of those things that. It definitely added to the challenge, but we've got to be able to go out there and execute at a higher level. You got to give credit to NC State, but there were some missed opportunities that we had, there early, and too many 3-and-outs, and just not really any effectiveness. They're moving the ball down the field, whether it was drop passes, missed throw, some missed opportunities there in the run game, but. It was a very poor first half.
Next will be Brendan Smith from Knowles 247. Hi, Mike. Sticking with the first half on offense, was there a common theme of why you guys weren't particularly able to get going? And I guess what changed for a little bit, I guess, at times in the second half that you were able to do well and execute well?
Yeah, it was not necessarily a common theme. It was a kind of a mixture of all. We want to be able to try to establish the run game. Obviously, that didn't happen. We weren't. They were. when we were trying to take things out on the perimeter, we weren't effective in that as well as we needed to. I think that's one of the things that we did better in the second half. With some with the intermediate passing game, being able to push the ball. We had a couple just untimely drop here. A missed pass. There early. And then, not being able to get things established in the run game really made it challenging for us, because it forces those longer yardage situations. And we're still, we're not a team that's operated very well in those third and longs, and we found ourselves in too many of those tonight. And so that's that was the story of the first half. Second half, I thought we did a better job of being able to move the chains. I thought our guys did a much better job in the intermediate passing game. Taking the backs, pushing the ball, trying to push the ball more vertical, and softened some things up, and I thought the guys were able to execute, and it was good to get those couple of touchdowns. Just had some missed opportunities there in the fourth that couldn't sustain it.
From Tallahassee, Denver.
Second straight week where the run game seemed like never really got consistently going. Is that just mostly a factor of, those may be two of the better run defenses you're going to play this year, or were there kind of missed opportunities that just weren't taken advantage of in that regard?
Played the top two run defenses, in our league, back-to-back weeks, and two of the best in the country. There's still things that we can do much better, and we need to do much better. And there were some missed opportunities, some things that we made a couple of adjustments there at halftime. Thought create a little bit more space, and but overall we all got to do a better job. Got to do a better job, coaching, trying to create some of that space, and and then we've got to take advantage of the opportunities that we do have. And sometimes, you playing a team like the teams we played the last couple of weeks, when they take away the run the way that they have. We got to we've got to be extremely efficient in the passing game, and it's something we just didn't do good enough. We show we're capable. I thought that third quarter showed some flashes of what we could do, and kind of what we were hopeful for, but just weren't consistent enough throughout the course of the game.
Next we will Detattel from WCTV. Hey, Coach. So just how much of not being able to establish the run game today do you attribute to just not being able to rely on Jordan's legs as a threat? And do you think because of that they were able to key in on your running backs a bit more today?
No, not really. It was there were a handful of plays that they probably squeezed a little bit more. It's a defense that does a good job of of working to take away some of that space that's created, and they do a good job of leveraging the football. The quarterback run was something that we thought could have a chance throughout it, but we tried to mix and match some wildcat things, and they did a nice job of winning blocks and creating leverage throughout, and we've got to do a better job of it. Obviously, Jordan's legs are pretty dynamic, and so it definitely has an effect on the game of in regards to that, forcing teams to have to account and do different things for him, but. I don't know if they keyed in on the backs any more than what they would have done, even if Jordan was there. But yes, he would have brought a different element.
Next question is Matt Murphy.
Mike, how would you evaluate McKenzie's performance, and was he at all impacted by the health situation you guys are experiencing on campus?
He was earlier in the week, and we had. It was a lot of guys on our team, were affected by that this week, and we tried to do all the things that we could do. It started last Saturday, right before the Clemson game. We had a couple guys try to do all that we could, in regards to that and travel and different things there. But it's not just a team or campus. It's something that's going on throughout the city, and so it was a little bit challenging at some parts of that this week. But I thought McKenzie responded well. Didn't get off the start that we wanted, but I thought he responded well throughout the course of the game, and he did a good job, like in that response, and in what he was doing and how he's trying to operate.
You passed on some opportunities to go for it on 4th and short. Can you take us through the decision to go for it on the 4th and 4 before their last touchdown?
It became really a possessions game. I thought our defense was doing a nice job. We had, I think it was 3 4th and 1s, and they're all decisions that could go either way, to go for it or not. Went for one of them, passed on a couple others. Trying to we struggle with field position there early, so just trying to flip the field, hopeful to be able to create explosive or create a takeaway there to flip the field. I thought, the 4th and 4, you start looking at possessions and opportunities. Felt good about, we moved the ball off the 1-inch line, and we're being pretty effective throwing the ball. We were in a range that was a go range for us, and it was just with the time and the things that and how the game was playing, that's wanted to be aggressive. I thought the defense, we got to a 3rd and 10, and had an opportunity for a stop. And we didn't capitalize on the opportunity, and they had the big play touchdown on the screen. So we got to where we wanted to be, even with the aggressiveness on the 4th down call. But that's what factored into it.
Mike, how big of an opportunity is this Miami game for you guys to kind of get on the right track heading into the end of the season?
And each game that we play is a big game, and there's no doubt about it. This next week, I mean, it's huge for our program. It's huge for each of those guys are down in that locker room. I mean, it's one of the greatest rivalries in college football, and this is something that is extremely important to those kids, to our staff. We've got to continue to work. We've got to clean up the mistakes that are costing us and keeping us from being successful. And it's going to be a highly emotional game. Excited to be here at home, and we're going to have to come to work tomorrow and make sure that we're applying the lessons and put everything that we have here into this week that's ahead.
Coach, whether it's been the Notre Dame game or last week against Clemson tonight, there's been these pockets of momentum where you guys have been able to seize on things in the second half, but not ultimately finish off a football game. Is there anything that kind of has stood out to you as a common, sort of pratfall for your guys' program in those games?
Are you talking in regards to why we're not finishing, or?
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
Okay. It comes down to just a handful of those plays. I mean, just how you put yourself back in position. By players going out there playing at a really high level. Even against kind of with their backs against the wall. I mean, the response is something I've been really pleased with. Within this team. You get down to it, and it's just the consistency of execution and the consistency of that playmaking. Those playmaking opportunities, and you look at those 3 teams, and they've all had pretty good success and pretty established in what they've been doing, and we're growing in our process of that. And this team has fought. This team has continued to respond, but we've got to be more consistent to be able to finish off the games when we put ourselves in a position there at the end.
You talked about the pride in the response. Obviously, I know something you said, and players have said, it's kind of the energy or effort, I should say, is the minimum expectation. Is there any other extra sense on pride in the response this week, given the week that the team had with all the stuff going around?
I'm sorry, I missed the part of that.
Is there even maybe an extra sense of pride in the response given how this week was with all y'all?
I mean, this was it was a challenging week. It was one that was emotional for all of us. I mean, you don't like. I mean, I love these kids, man. When you see them sick and hurting and trying to. I mean, our athletic training staff, I mean, they did an unbelievable job throughout the course of this week just to be able to help our guys get in position to go out there and practice to the best of our ability. There were times we literally had one player at a position group. We were down first practice of the week, Tuesday. I think we had 4 offensive linemen that were unavailable. I mean, it's like that's not you. And then you see the kids and how they're trying to respond to go out and to be able to perform and how much they care. And you take all of that emotion and I mean I told them in pregame today. I was proud of them. I was proud of them for what they did through the course of this week. We guys that were not available, that could not play, that on both sides of the ball, and I hate it because they miss an opportunity, and these opportunities are so limited for a collegiate student athlete, and what they pour into it. I mean, I don't take that for granted, and that rally that they had, nobody wants to start a first half the way we did. The rally they had in the third quarter, I was really pleased, and we just have to be more. We just got to be more consistent in our operation there to be able to finish that game. But I don't question these guys' heart. I don't question their determination. We just have to continue to work to get better.
Max, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, I believe what Max is trying to ask, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I believe what Max was trying to ask was about the decision to go with the onside kick there, just how you guys went about making it, also coming out of half, trying to shoot some momentum into your guys' veins.
Yeah, it's really for that. It was trying to seek that spark. We felt that if the opportunity presented itself, that it was something that was there. Great execution by Parker to be able to go out there and execute the kick, and that really did give us a jolt there to come out of the second half, and for offense to go down and score a touchdown, get a stop to be able to go get another one. I mean, it was what we needed, and there was. Sometimes when we were lagging a little bit, just in the first half, or like we talked about earlier, just offensively, and so kind of give us that jolt. We're able to steal possession, and I was proud of the guys to be able to go to capitalize on it.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.